listen, this is the beginning of probably one of my favorite trips. It is our Cabo Mastermind, where we get together with people who put in time and money to come spend time to learn and grow. Now here's the cool thing about the Cabo Mastermind. It's not 3 days in a classroom. It's 3 days integrated with some of the greatest people in the world, where you can come, spend time, see how we operate, what we do, how we can change lives. There is teaching, but the majority of this is for people to get in with us and be in a network where you're in our inner circle and we learn, we grow, and we create a relationship. I always tell people, in fact, Andy says this all the time, you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend time with. And these kinds of things give people the opportunity to get into the network, to spend time, to see if we click. Because if we click, we want to do more stuff with people. And ultimately, that's what this whole entire retreat is. But you guys are going to like this episode because we do a lot of fun shit, right?
Yeah, it's going to be badass. Yeah, and by the way, I want to say something. Like, there's never been a time in the history of the world in which you could look up to someone and go like, oh, I want to be like that guy. And then, because by the way, you can steal the way they think, you can steal their identity, you can model the way they live, but we've only been able to do it from a TV screen.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then now, you can actually, I always say like, cut the check for speed. And it's not even a big check, but you cut the check for speed and you literally get around these people and you truly understand why they're actually killing it, why they're doing great stuff. And also it gives you an opportunity to be like, dude, like, why not me?
Exactly.
Right? And then like, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna learn this stuff, and then I'm gonna go home and apply it, I'm gonna change my life, and now like, I'm gonna help change other people's lives.
Absolutely.
Right?
And then you get into this place of like spending time with people who you look up to. And again, it's not just us. I mean, there's people here that we want to spend time with. And we see how they operate, we get into their circle, we become friends, we create a relationship, and in that relationship, both of us are edified. Both of us do better business. Both of us make better choices. We support each other in whatever growth we're looking for, and that's what this entire mastermind is people like-minded that want to get together, connect, and grow. So you guys are going to watch the next 3 days. Is amazing.
Let's get it.
What's up, guys? We are here at Motivated. Getting our workout on. The whole crew's here. We're hanging out. We're sweating to death, and we're having a great time. Finishing up our workout, we're gonna head down to the beach, catch some sun, and have a good time.
One of the things that I want to start with is, just by the raise of hands, who here wants to make more money and become more successful? Is there anybody that didn't raise their hand?
Those 2 waiters over there.
The reason I asked that question is because I ultimately want to give you guys a recipe as for how you do that. Now, although this may seem really simple and kind of elementary, I want you to think about this tonight and for the rest of the time that you guys are here. How do I raise my value so that I can have whatever it is I seek to have? Whether I want to build a bigger company, whether I want to build a better family, whether I want to be a better human, for me to have what I want to have, I must raise my own value. And there's a really simple recipe. The reason we started this event with your health is, number one, in raising your own value is becoming healthy. You will never truly raise your own value to yourself if you don't take your health personally. It's just not going to happen. That's why this whole event, the whole thing that we start with, is the gym. I think some people seeing that would say, well, they're just doing a workout. But it sets the tone not only for the rest of this week, but for the rest of your life. Everything should work in priority. You should work down from what's most important. And if you don't think your health is most important, try losing your health. And tell me what it is you focus on. Your family, when you're sick, your kids, your business, your money, all of that shit goes away. When your health is not there, it goes away. So understanding in a recipe to raise my own value, I should focus on my health. That's why we started with the gym. It's why everybody you see here is focused in priority on what's most important. If I created a list or an actual recipe to raising my value, number one must be health. Number 2, you need to be in a place where you understand that if you wish to raise your value, you must spend money on you. Now, everybody here has done that. You've come out to the retreat. You probably have a coach here that you've spent money with. The greatest thing you can do to raise your own value is to tell yourself that you're actually worth it. The hardest thing for most people is to take their money and put it where their mouth is. I'm investing this money into me so that I can grow. If I wish to grow and raise my value, I must put money into that which I want to see grow, which is me. Now tonight, I plan on talking about something completely different, and I had a really good conversation with Modu. The conversation was simple. When I raise my value, everything else around me begins to raise. Everything. And the more that I raise my value, the more success that I see. And some of us, I think almost most of us here, are pretty successful financially. But every single one of you wish to have or accomplish more. If that's the case, I must be the human in my life that raises my value. One of the greatest principles I'll ever teach you is that you are the one that decides your value. Nobody else. Not your spouse, not your children, not your friends, not the critics. Nobody gets to step into your life and say what you are worth. So then it must be you. And if it's you, then you should understand and dictate to yourself, I will only be worth what I decide. And the only way for me to raise that here, number 1, is by taking control of my health. And number 2, investing in myself to grow. I can tell you, not pridefully, but there's a lot of motherfuckers that wouldn't spend money to be here tonight. Those are the same people every day that don't make enough money because they're not investing in themselves. They're not taking care of their health. They're not doing the shit they need to do to raise their value in their mind. My favorite saying is, you should tell the universe what your value is, and if you believe it, it will echo it back to you, which ultimately means this. I'm the one that says how much money I make. I'm the one that says how much I'm worth. And if I believe it, I can then achieve it. Everything in my life is then dictated by what I believe I am worth. And if the recipe is as simple as my health and my money is put into me, everything else starts to echo back to me exactly what I wish to create. That's what I want you to take tonight. When you guys go home, I want you to get some rest because tomorrow's going to be a long day. Spend some time, whether it's with your spouse or whether it's by yourself, asking yourself the question. Number 1, if I wish to raise my value in my own self, how do I do that? What must I put in priority? How much time, money, and energy have I put into me to raise my value? Because I get to dictate to the world and to the universe what my value is. No one else is going to walk into my life and tell me what I'm worth. And a lot of people, I would say most people, they run their life dictated by other people telling them what they're worth. One of the best calls I ever had with Andy, we were coaching and Andy said, do you know why somebody works for $15 an hour? Because they decided that that's what they're worth. They decided, not somebody else. That same human being can change their own value and change the amount of money that they make. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that dictates what your value is. So, I would go all the way back to the beginning of the platform. That platform is my mind. How much am I putting in my health and financially to change myself and my value? And when I begin to believe it, everybody else just sees it and believes it. At some point, every single one of you are going to want to level up from where you currently are, even if it's Andy. Even if you're making millions and millions and millions of dollars like Rob. If he wishes to get bigger and better and see more success, it will start here with what he believes his own value is. And then he'll echo it or he'll tell it, and the universe will echo it back. So tonight, the question I want for you to take in for the rest of this week is, how will I raise my value to myself? How much more must I do physically? How much more must I do mentally? How much more money, time, and energy must I put in to develop me, to develop this, to believe what I need to believe to have what I want to achieve? Every single one of you are going to need to do this and put this recipe together every single day for the rest of your life. And at some point, and I don't know when it is because I'm not there, I don't think anybody in this room is there, you'll get to a point when you say, I'm as much value as I'm ever going to be. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't know, it hasn't happened to you. So it's something you will do for the rest of your life. This weekend, if we don't do anything else, I hope, I pray that every single one of you understands a principle of what we're trying to get into you. You are the one that creates your value. In your value, you get to dictate all of the successes in which you seek in this life. And none of them are going to happen if you don't believe it first. It starts with you. So when you spend the night tonight in this reflection and I give you this recipe, start to figure out and take inventory in your life where you must change to change this, to believe it, to then achieve it. I am in complete control of my value. No one on this planet gets to dictate to me my value. I do. And then they will echo it when I believe it, and I'll watch myself level up and level up and level up. And one day, you're going to look around and go, I'm making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and there wasn't one motherfucker that got me here. It was me changing this. And it's a reflection on everything that I have accomplished. And next time we come out, like Jason, I'm going to be looking at you going, remember where you were? Look at where you are, and look at how much farther we have to go. We're going to continue to follow this recipe, and you're going to make millions and have everything you ever wanted. So take that serious. Your value is dictated by you and no one else.
Ah, damn. Do we need to say anything else?
Well, I just want to point out, too, that since the last time we've been here, many of you that were here last time, and even those that you weren't, like I look at Steven and how much he's changed physically and mentally. And Freddie, like his business is crushing it. And the Watsons moved freaking across the country and launched a massive, like, he's the reason why I 10x'd my health in the last 4 months. Thank you. You know, freaking Johnny, networking more, wanting to get more in business. I mean, every one of you here. Chandler's made a change. Noah, Levon, freaking Eric lost 40 freaking pounds, but based on some, you know, just motivation. Like 6 months can change your life. 4 months can change your life. I felt it. You felt it. What a great opportunity to network with people and have them help you level up. So I mean, I'm so proud of all of you. I'm proud of myself for taking the challenge as well, and you know, practicing these things that these great men and women teach. So could be a better opportunity for all of us to, in the next 6 months or 4 months, the next time we have Opulent Retreat, to come back and share all these amazing stories about how we've gone from here to here. So awesome. You guys should all pat yourself on the back. I love it.
Well, Rob looks good. You guys seen Rob's jawline? Oh, I was sitting back there and I was like, dude, Rob's jawline's coming up. You look good, dude.
Dude, you look good.
Hey, does Rob look good? Listen. I'm not taking it off me. I just want to say
I appreciate it. I think that, I don't know why you didn't bring me the fuck up.
I did. I'm sorry. He has.
Well, so yeah, I've made a lot of personal changes since the last time too, right? And I think that's why, that's like the beautiful thing about these events. I'm a little bit different, I think, than a lot of other people here. And the beautiful things about these events and what makes me love them so much is I get to spend time with my boys, spend time with you guys, and oftentimes hear myself say shit that like I need to remind myself to listen to. And the changes that I made since last time, one is Andy's always fucking shredded and reminded me like I need to get in some better shape. This motherfucker bet me $100,000 that I couldn't get abs by your event. And
crusted.
Thank you. And I think being around really solid people, right? So my marriage is 10 times better than it was last time we were here. I'd say 10 times. And that's due to watching Andy, look, simple little things. And I think that's what, at these events, I pay attention to, is the simple little things. Watching Andy on the private jet last time, every single time we were in a different conversation, he was touching Jackie's leg. Just that little bit of contact. That was fucking rad to see. Watching how you guys operate, and just those reminders, and being around great fucking people, and pulling those little things, right? Because everything in my life is getting better. The more weight I lose.
I saw you grab her leg in the van.
Exactly. But it's stuff like that.
I don't fucking miss nothing.
And I think that listening to Keith think, like, I'm taking inventory of my life, of like, what are all these little things? And when I look at the changes that I'm making, it's a lot of it's the influence of my friends, right? And I know I influence these guys the same way they influence me. Andy will tell you all day long about my music. But it's those little tiny things that I see great people that I want to be like do, and they're all my peers, they're all my boys, and I see those, and they're the things that I notice, right? Like, we can talk marketing, we can talk all that shit. If anybody wants to talk about advertising, customer journey, all that shit, we can fucking go hard. But it's those little things that when I go to advertise, when I go to market, I look better. So when I'm taking photos in apparel, when I'm doing all that shit, when I'm out in public and people are seeing this relationship we have, it's pulling those little tiny details out of events like this that really make it matter. I also go to other events where it's not this, where we're just partying and it's a disaster. I don't pull shit. I put on 10 pounds and I feel like hell, right? It's events like this with great, great people, and you guys are all great people. I mean, look at that, right? Like, it's stuff like that that I see, that I think to myself. It's all my awareness that I take these little notes from everything I see, how people operate, conversations that I've had where people have handled themselves well. I take all that, and that's what I'm going to think about all night. It's taking inventory the whole night, taking those little parts that I see, that I admire, and putting them back into our lives. That's why I love these events, man. They're so cool.
This is an environment. Like, and that's the greatest thing that you could ever do. If you want to know how your life's going to work out, what kind of environment you're in. And that's it. And whose decision is it what environment you'll be in? All yours. And that's what I do. So I learned that if I can surround myself with the greatest environment, I'll become the greatest person. And so, like, you got to look at your house. My house is like a resort. It really is. If you walk into my house, if anybody's been there, it's like a fucking resort. It's like a fucking resort. It's like, dude, when I come home, I literally hit the music. We open up all the sliders. The whole house is open. The blue lights are on. The pool's lit. I've been to Keaton's house. I've seen how they operate. I've seen their home. It's always that environment standard that makes us feel like fucking winners. And so you don't want to leave it. I don't want to go to no one else. I want to stay at my house, because my house is a place of growth. And by the way, it comes with a lot of hard work. And I'm going to tell you how you build an environment. Number one, you have a group of people around you who won't kiss your ass and who will tell you the fucking truth. Just like I told Lil Dude earlier, I fucking hit him. I said, bro, I can tell that you're fucking hurting. You're bringing bad juju, negativity around here. I'm like, dude, don't bring that shit in here. I can tell. Raise your fucking standards. This ain't you. Take better care of yourself. Why aren't you as shredded as you were last time? Shave your face. I'm like, come on, man, be sharp. Don't tell me what you got going on. Fucking show me you're the man, the one that you said you were, the one that everybody expects for you to be, right? And you're like, dude, thank you for that. That's a friend. You want to build an environment with people that just make you great. And so like, there's a couple things, and I don't want to bounce out of the environment deal, but if you ever can find people around you that will tell you the truth, those people actually care. It's the people around you that don't tell you the truth that don't care. Imagine if your relationship wasn't doing very well. Imagine if I saw him and I knew that he wasn't playing his A game. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. It's awkward to tell somebody something like that. But when you go out of your way to make someone better, and when your heart is in the right place, examine your heart for a minute, right? Have an environment of good people with good hearts. Well, holy shit, you can all grow in it. Anyways, we want everybody to get a good night's sleep. We're going to get a lot of sun tomorrow. Bring your smallest bathing suits. Rob.
And all of you need to jump in the water tomorrow.
Yeah, we're all going to jump in the water. We're all going to jump in the water. Yeah, bring
Get in the water, guys.
Get in the water.
Yeah.
Get in the water.
Yeah, bring your bathing suits, Speedos, small ass shit, whatever. Let's go.
up, guys? We're here at the Cabo retreat on the yacht with all the people that came out. We're having a wonderful, wonderful time. The weather's perfect. Everybody's connecting. It's just the greatest level of networking possible, and tons of knowledge and tons of information. I tell people this all the time. You want to change your life, you got to integrate new information in your life, and that's what this is. So enjoying nice weather, getting a ton of knowledge, having a blast.
Day 2, yacht day of the Cabo retreat. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. Today gets more amazing. Tonight gets even more amazing. And then after that, you can't get any more amazing, can you?
And I'm just gonna get more tan.
Alright, so we're here at our house in Cabo. We're wrapping up the event. Absolutely amazing weekend. We have so many magical times together in small groups. And one of the really cool things about this experience is we've extended our group just a little bit, and we're having those amazing experiences. So 3 days of absolute chaos. It's the normal sort of stuff that we do down here. It's the yacht day, it's hanging out, it's having really high-end life conversations, really high-end business conversations, and securing friendships. So if you're on the fence, we would love to see you down here in Cabo.
At the end of the day, you are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with, and this is an opportunity to surround yourself with a new level of people, and we want you here. So if you're at a place in your life, in your marriage, in your business, that you want to level up to a place you've never been, we want to see you here in Cabo, because this is where you'll do it.